Like the city getting older. So now I'm trying actually to reach Electro and then Cherno and then move east because that's my favorite loot run. I look cool, by the way. All red and black. Pretty cool. So I don't need anything here. I just found a cat food can. So pretty okay, I would say. Let me see if I can find mushrooms here. Usually there are. But yeah, my favorite loot run goes from more or less here. I mean, obviously the best way to where to be would be close to Balota, so that would be my favorite place to spawn. Otherwise, Electro, then after Electro, going to Cherno, after Cherno moving to Balota Airfield, and from Balota Airfield to Balota. Then this is usually my favorite loot run. And the reason for it is that I don't really think that it's useful to have an assault weapon, like an assault rifle. I'm not really interested in that. I think that for close quarter combat, shotguns are just fine. But of course, the more you go in deep into the map, the more you will kind of need it. I don't really always need it, almost never I need it. But I take it because for precautions for what I'm about to happen after, what I'm about to do afterwards. So, for example, my loot run will take me to the Kamensk Bay, not Kamensk, Kamenka maybe base. I don't know. It's like the further east of. Probably I'm wrong for the name in this one, but there is a base really on the west side of the map at the bottom west. There usually I found an AK, small AK, baby AK. That one would work just fine because again I don't use that much. I use those things usually to defend myself against wolves later. And then after that I moved right on the edge of the map up. And the places where I want to be, where my loot starts, like my real loot starts, is Metallurg, Miskino tent. After that I moved to Miskino just to find a little bit of food. After that usually I get attacked by wolves there because it's always a wolf area, so that's why I'm saying shotgun will work just fine because to eliminate wolves and wildlife, shotgun, except for the bear of course, but shotgun will be enough. And then after that I move up and I try to go to the castle. I think it's called Krona Castle. And in there I find my main gun to actually start to kill someone, which is the Tundra, and I 90% of the time find it there. And after that it's just I save a lot of duct tape, a lot of bottles. I use those to build suppressors. I go to Northwestern Airfield, up the tower, the highest tower in the Northwestern, and I blast people from very far away. And usually this is my loot run, and it's a very successful loot run. I'm very bad, very poor at doing the assault type. So I never assault people, so that's why I don't use assault weapons, and I don't care even for them because I always lose. Keep in mind I'm using. Oh, what the hell? I was saying insulation. Yeah, that's fine. I was saying I usually when I play on the computer, so whenever I play on the computer in the PC, it's really hard to actually go against people who are using the mouse because they have a reaction time that is much faster than you because I'm using controller and I will always do because I have a portable PC. I don't have a fixed PC and I like to play the way I'm sitting. Meaning laid back and so on, so I don't really care on having like super high reaction for it. And I know that also for what the I know that also for certain other things it's better to use the mouse and keyboard, but I don't. Um, because I have the mouse from the portable PC, which is like the small box. So I would much rather use the controller because it's much I don't know, I don't ruin the mouse, I don't touch here. So even if I'm angry, I can just throw this shit away, but won't affect. I'm hearing something, but I think it's a zombie. It won't affect my gameplay too much. So now I'm used to use this, but of course the reaction time, as I said, for me will be much higher, and you will get killed. 90% of the time you will get killed in an exchange with an assault weapon. Sure, I learned to play sneaky, very, very sneaky. So my assault weapon, my let's say the assault weapon by choice for me um, would be the um, S-Valve, because I learned to play sneaky and it shoots a lot and it keeps the um, so it's very kind of accurate. So it's not super accurate, but it's kind of accurate to shoot with it because it doesn't have a lot of weapon sway. So I use it usually because I really if I shoot and I have to with this R3 or whatever, if I have to use this to point the gun as good as possible, it will never work. I noticed this when I was playing PUBG. Like people would just laser me with their assault weapons right away, and I just couldn't. And most of those things is because mouse and keyboard are just better. But for me, this is totally fine. I can just throw it away when I need a new one, and insofar worked pretty well. But yeah, usually what I do is go Northwest Airfield at some point and start to blast people there with um with oh, wait a second. Yeah, pass ammo and everything. But I do it because it's much easier for me to take my time. As I said, I play very sneaky, so like this, it gives me time to actually point the gun at the enemy and start to shoot. Instead, if it's like oh, instead if it's like very fast, then I have to shoot someone. As I said, it will never work. People are much faster than me. Also, there are those people who never go out in their life, so they have hundreds of thousands of hours in this thing. You will never beat them. So I have a fairly accurate shot with the sniper sometimes, uh, but if it comes to just regular combat, assault rifle combat, I'm dead. So we are now, I think, east of Electro, either Electro or Cherno. So the one there is the industrial area of Electro, or the industrial area between Electro and Cherno. So I'm in Electro now. Um, yeah, so my plan is to go now as well in the map. Oh, in the map would be as east as west as possible, but following the coast. And my goal now is to reach Balota, close to Balota. I'm having extreme difficulties today to play. I don't know why, but it has an unstable connection the whole time. So I'm trying to figure out how to solve this. My internet seems to be totally fine, but yeah, it's just not allowing me to play. Oh, this is a very big problem with zombies. I play very well. I have a lot of experience, so usually I manage to go on top of a car, beat the zombies up, and not really risk anything. But when you get kicked out, yeah, this is Electro's harder. But when you get kicked out like that, and maybe you are in the middle of running away from a zombie, you're dead. I hate this game for that. It happened to me so many times. I don't like Electro at all, and I don't like to use the bottom right of the map to go for the loot run. So at the very beginning, of course, I have a lot of memories in this thing. I've been playing almost non-stop DayZ outside of Red Dead Redemption a couple of weeks ago, but I hate to do now the loot run that I was doing at the beginning, which was actually Electro or whatever coastline on the east and beginning of the south, and then go inland from there and go to Staroye. Then after Staroye, go right up to the northwestern airfield. And I was usually doing that, no issue. But nowadays, I hate that loot run. It's super complicated, super difficult to do. I don't like it at all. Usually, people do that, especially new players. I noticed um, they just like me. They just take that route because it's like mentally what you do is, and also when you what you always heard is that you just go inland, and inland you will find much better loot. So the as soon as you get any any food and you're kinda okay to move inland, then you immediately go there. But for me, like this is not working anymore. Like I don't like that type of loot run at all. I find it very difficult to do. As I said, all the new people go there. Very hard to very hard to find something in that loot run, and also very difficult to reach the guns that I want. As I said, the Tundra is in Krona. Makes no sense to me to go to Staroye and then Northwestern and then Krona. It's I do the opposite, so I'm geared to actually have a fight. Haven't met people so far. Seems like not much going on here. Maybe I spawned as first or in an area where the others are not really spawning as of now. Ah, so there is a small car here, military car, so I'm thinking about looting it. I know that people hate on third person, but I play third person just for one thing, and I know that this is kind of ridiculous to say, but I like to see my buddy getting geared up. I like, oh, actually good. No, so I like to see my buddy get my dudes getting geared up. Something I really like. I like when the loot fits, for example. I like that as well. I go to Metallurg, and that is one of my favorite places for one thing. I am a hunter type of player. So again, Tundra, I snipe people, I stay crouched for a very long time. I have food with me to do that for a very long time. So that I also use only hunting gear. really. Like I like the summer pattern, the summer hunting pattern. I think it's amazing. I think it's really, really good. I think it's probably the one that with the most camo. The other one, there are three actually very good camo pattern um, that I prefer in certain areas. I give an example, it will change. In certain area will be good one or the other, and that is the autumn camo. That one, if you're in TZ, for example, where there is a lot of nice, where there is a lot of things on the ground, for example, leaves on the ground, then you can get camo because they are orangey, yellowish, and red. So that pattern really works wonders there. But for most of your gameplay and my gameplay, so for example, I'm almost always in the deep in the woods. For those places, green. So the summer camo, the trees are mostly dark green in this game. Then and also are the ones that don't that render after a while. So for example, the grass doesn't render, but the trees still stand. I noticed that for that, the summer camo, which is has greenish leaves, dark greenish leaves, and it looks like you're in the middle of a forest. It works the best, and in general, darker tone of that. And as I said, as you can see here, since I think Chernaros is I think the season of Chernaros in this map is autumn. Then in certain places, this style of colors is better. TZ is one of them, where you will find this type of color much more frequently. But if you're not there, and if you are generally in Chernares or in Cherno, in Northwestern, for example, Northwestern, that is not a color. You will stand out with that color. So it always depends. It really always depends on the situation. And it depends also where you feel comfortable to play in the map. I feel comfortable in the deep forests on the west, but many people don't like it. Like people hate that place. They really do. Um, but for me, it's, it's probably the best place to loot. Thank you, sir. Miss. But actually, she has also something else. For now, I like it more. Gas canisters. Actually, I like them a lot, but only when I have... Oh my god. Only when I have this, I was about to say. Fucking great. Oh my god, it never happened. I need to think about this. Oh, that's amazing. Holy shit. Never happened so early. If you think about it, DayZ is kind of a social experiment because if you think about it, you can kill, but also not kill people. So you decide whether or not you want to kill or not kill a person. But technically, there is enough loot for everyone, and if everybody was not shooting at people, so if everybody agreed that we should not shoot each other here, everybody will live totally fine and will have the best loot all the time and so on. But I guess it's in a way like a social experiment because just people, when they have a weapon, they like to use it. And this one just shows how fast people will resort to violence right away. Because again, technically, you can just, you know, can just not care. So again, no willpower to go into these industrial zones, not at all. Don't care. I don't know how many people are online, to be honest. I think so. This server gets populated a little bit later by a lot, 20 people, 25, 30, depends. Which is, I would say, a medium-sized server. At times it reached 50 or 40, but it's at certain hours. So this is European server, a German one, so it gets populated only um, late when people are done with working, and at this time I think many people are working. I'm a bit too salty first. So now I'm trying to reach Cherno from, not from the coastline, which most likely, well, which could have, so I have enough food and enough water to actually bypass the whole industrial area from the right side and then arriving in Cherno close to the hospital, so from above. Again, this is because I don't need anything down from that, so I don't need anything in terms of food right now. I don't need anything in terms of clothes. I'm kind of okay. The only thing I would need would be knives to cut it. I just realized it now that I still haven't cut this. This is because I have to put something on the mouth. People don't know this too much, but this might help you if you're ever gonna play and you still, or if you're playing and you still don't know. There are a couple of things that many people don't know. One of them being face wraps in any form actually prevent you to become sick. So sometimes at the very beginning of the game, you engage in fights against zombies, and zombies actually are carrying some disease. And it happened to me in a couple of servers when I didn't, especially at the beginning, I didn't realize this at all. I was going face blank and just, trying to find the best looking thing for me. Now I know if you don't put any mask on you, at least this is my experience, you get sick much harder if you have a mask on you. Yeah, I'm reaching the hospital. Let me stop here for a second. I need to check something. I need to check something. Let me check something here that I need to do because I'm streaming and I don't have a title. Let me go here. All right. Should be now live correctly. So, as I was saying, now we're going to Cherno. Sorry, we're going east towards the eastern route because it's the one that I like the most. I am now south. No pliers, I don't need it. Wrench, I don't need it. I am now still on the coast. I will move now to the hospital very soon. I I'm moving there because I know that I will find Tetra pills. Tetra pills, I take it always with me. I like to have multiple bandages, so not just one pair. I am good in actually saving a lot of them, so I don't like to waste my bandages. Um, I don't engage too much with zombies. I try to bypass them all the times. Um, so yeah, we just left Electro, moving more east, and of course I need to pee. So actually, this was kind of perfect. BRB. Back. Let me see if it makes me re-enter fast. Lately, it's taking so much time. All right, finally. All right. So I'm about to enter the town, but I would like to enter it actually from below. I'm thinking, do I want to loot actually? To loot Cherno or not? To prepare myself to move on inland, you know? Okay, I think I will go to the hospital. That's for sure. Hopefully no one is here. Trying to avoid all the zombies. It happened to me multiple times that I was in this hospital and I got bombed in the head. Seems to be one of those very bad places that gets bombed all the time. I hate it. It just happens repeatedly.